went with Cal State University San Bernardino because it was a university that I was familiar with. My sisters attended Cal State University San Bernardino, and I really enjoyed the process of how they went through the years. And when I was up for my to go for my bachelor's, it was a good experience. And after I received my bachelor's, since it was a good experience, going back for my teaching credentials was pretty much a no brainer. It was an automatic. Um, I returned a few years later for my master's in admin program, and again, it was my preference, Cal State University of San Bernardino. I looked around other universities, and Cal State was just an automatic one because it was I felt comfortable. I already knew the campus. Two, the cost was way better than the other universities, and it was a great experience. It was a great experience through my bachelor's. It was a great experience through my teaching credentials. A great experience through my master's in admin. So, and I plan to go later on for my doctoral program at Cal State University of San Bernardino, and it's because of the great experiences that I had, and then the cost can't beat that. Getting an education was very important for me because my sisters were the first generation of going to a university, and seeing my parents just work all day. I hardly spend time with them. I hardly have memories of going out with them and doing things because they were just working two jobs, constantly working. And my father would always tell me, he would tell me, son, if you want to have some time with your family and have a career, go to school, get an education so you can have a good job and have some funds to be able to take your family out. And I took that to heart, and I was like, you know what, my dad didn't have time for us. I don't want to do the same for my kids, and education was a big part for me, and now it's a big part for me to give to my student to my kids too as well.
That's a good answer.
Okay, the people that influenced me at Cal State University San Bernardino has been my professors. My professors during my master's program were amazing. They were very encouraging. They were able to relate information and the knowledge that they were teaching us and related to what's going on now. And not only that, but their personal experiences as they were just moving up in education was just great. It was motivating for me. It made me think like, wait a minute, well maybe I can do the same. And the experiences they gave me and the motivation was just like, okay, I can do this. When I first kind of started the master's program, my mentality was I want to just work for one district. And then after just hearing, I'm like, wait a minute, there's other districts that I can expand to and share my experience and grow from there. So very motivating. It made me open up my mind and my horizons to be able to try different things and show some leadership at other areas. Uh, what motivates me professionally and academically is my faith. I have a strong faith, and also my family. There are two main reasons why I'm motivated to advancing in my career in education. They have been a big part of where I'm at right now, and so faith is a big indicator of what motivates me. Also, what motivates me has been, like I said, my professors. The work that they would teach us just relates to what I'm doing and just helps me to grow from there. They have tremendous experience that's really relevant to what's going on today. It's not something that, oh, just by the books or something like that. It's like, wait a minute, we don't even do that. No, they teach relevant material that's going on in education today, and that's what makes it motivating to like, I like this. I'm learning. I'm learning how to make my job even better. In my current role as a program facilitator, I'm getting prepared to hopefully become an administrator. So it's teaching me a lot of techniques as when I was going through my program of what is happening now in the schools in education, not that rules or routines that happened a long time ago. No, it's very relevant, which makes it motivating for me to continue learning and continue wanting to grow. A particular person that has helped me to go to college has been my father. My father has always motivated me to, like I said, he's always worked in two jobs. Didn't have too much time for us, and so he would always tell us, this is, if you don't go to school, you're gonna have to be doing this, working in two jobs, working hard, and not being able to spend time with family. So it was one of the main reasons to why I went to college. And then another person that made me, well, not made me, but encouraged me to go to college was as an educator. He was a youth service director for San Bernardino School District, Ray Culberson. He was a very, very great man, and he helped me. I was, in high school, in some years that I was hanging out with wrong crowds, and I could have easily went a different route. And he reached out to me, and this is the reason why I'm in education now, because what he provided for me, I want to provide for others, because he believed in me and he gave me that opportunity. So I feel like that's my mission now, and this is the reason why I'm in education, and I want to be an administrator so that I can be able to do the same, and motivate and encourage others to do the same. What surprised me the most about Cal State University of San Bernardino was that I was able to fit in. I was scared. Like I said, I was in high school growing up in a crowd that I was stereotyped a lot. So I was like, are they going to accept me at Cal State? This is a university. This is, to me, was new as going in for my bachelor's, right? And I fit in. It was great. No, nobody made me feel uncomfortable. If they, everybody was very friendly. Staff was friendly, professors were friendly, and so, like I said, I've had very good experience at Cal State. I've started my freshman year, my whole 4 years, got my bachelor's. I got my teaching credentials, I got my master's and admin credentials, and not once did I have a bad experience. And on top of that, like I said, I plan to go for doctoral program in a few years. What I would tell others about Cal State University of San Bernardino is I highly recommend, because the staff really cares. They teach relevant material that was going to help them in their profession, especially if they want to become educators. The professors are highly experienced educators with a lot of knowledge, and knowledge that's relevant, that's going to help them grow. I will tell them, I know there's universities out there with big names, but you will get as much or even more knowledge at Cal State University San Bernardino. Sometimes it's just because the big names out there are standing out, and people wave them out. It doesn't mean that you learn more. You still get the same information, and sometimes even more information. And not only that, they save themselves some money there, because the cost is way lower. So that's something that I would say, and I've had said before to others, starting their teaching credential programs, or they want to go into education. People that I work with that are starting their career in education, that they ask me, where would you recommend to go to my teaching credentials? I always say Cal State San Bernardino. I did it there. I had no regrets. It's positive experiences, and like I said, you will learn as much or even more than other big name universities. What I hope to accomplish in the future is going back to Cal State University San Bernardino for my doctoral program, and maybe one day becoming a director in a school district, and possibly hopefully becoming a superintendent in a school district. The College of Education has helped me shape my future with the great professors they have. They have wonderful professors. The coordinator, Dr. Jindra, is amazing. They provide really good materials, really good advice, experiences that they had. They share with us, with the students, and just the experience they bring. The experience they bring just uh, makes it more motivating to be in the program and to also just advance in education. If we're going to the College of Education, is because we're in the career path of it, in education, and the professors there that I've had previously are amazing. They all have tremendous background of experience, and they're very encouraging. And I've had really good experiences with with all the professors. What I love most about the College of Education is really connected with also what I like about College of Education, which is the professors and the coordinator. Coordinator Dr. Jindra was very involved in the program, so she kept me up with what I needed to do. I wasn't lost to be like, what do I need to do? She's very organized, very motivating, encouraging, friendly, approachable. I really had a really positive experience in this master's and admin program that I've had, and not only for this program, but even for my teaching credentials with um, what is it? I forgot his name at the time for the teaching credential coordinator, but also he was very amazing. Uh, Doctor, got his name, but he was very amazing for the also for the teaching credentials. But for the admin credential, Dr. Jendra was very helpful, amazing, encouraging, and the professors, like I said, the professors have a lot of them were in the San Bernardino district where I work for, so that was really good experience working with them. Some obstacles that I've overcame to be where I'm at today has been growing up. Like I haven't had the best opportunities, and I had an educator that has helped me and believed in me and provided some opportunities for me that helped me to go to university. And now, like I said, because he has helped me uh, throughout this path, I want to do the same and be able to provide that for others. Not only that, but when I was in the program, and this is through the my teaching credential program, I was in a very bad accident where I almost lost my daughter, and I had just started the program, and I was thinking about dropping out of the program. But this is another thing that means so much to me about Cal State University San Bernardino, that the professors were very caring, understanding, and they helped me to where I didn't have to drop out of the program. And that meant a huge thing for me, because that could have been an obstacle. I could have dropped out of the program, which would have delayed me from becoming an educator. But I didn't drop out the program because the professors were caring and understanding, that were able to help me to so I can continue in the program, which is always a great and amazing obstacle that they helped me overcome. Oh yes, I think being a male in education, and especially in the elementary level, I started my career as in long term resident sub at a junior high, which there's more males in the junior high in secondary, which was even in that setting, secondary. They look up to you because in the community and sometimes the population that we serve, a lot of them don't have the father figure, and that's huge because then they respect you in a different way. And when you have respect from them, they're more interested. Seeing it in the elementary was very huge. I was able to see a bigger difference. Why a male role model as a teacher is makes a big impact. Being in the classroom, I've seen students act a certain way with female teachers, with male teachers. When they're with me, they give me the sense of respect and just I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Okay, I had a student that he was in third grade when I first started my teaching career as a full time teacher, and his behavior was very challenging, very challenging. Um, I took over halfway through the year. His previous teacher was she was a female, right? And she was very good, very structured, very but he wasn't responding to her. He wasn't responding to her. When I went into the classroom, he of course had that some challenging behavior, but he was just gave me a different type of respect. Next year, I had him again. I taught a fourth grade class. He followed me everywhere I would go for recess. He would kind of follow me. His behavior was still, challenging, but it wasn't as bad. It started becoming better and better. Um, I taught the next school year a 4/5 combo, so I had him in my class again. My administrator is like, you know what, he's working very well with you. I was like, okay, that's fine. So he one day he comes in a it was a December, right? It was the month of December. He comes in, gives me this postcard, and I'm like, oh, it says California State Prison. And I'm like, whoa, okay, what is this? Right. So I open it, and it was a postal card, handmade. It said to the Reyes family, and in the back it says, Mr. Reyes, I want to bless you and your family. My son has taken a like in you. All he does is talk about you. And I was like, wow. It was a 3D snowman, and he did it all from scratch. His father was an artist. Well, the father is doing life in prison, so he only has his mom and his grandma, and his grandpa is very old, but he's in the picture too. But that's all he has. And so when I was there, I would, teach him and and just joke around with him here and there. He liked that, and so it's just that we don't know their personal life, but a lot of the students go through the same. And the same student during conference, mom tells me, you know what, Mr. Reyes, he likes you a lot. When he's bored at home, because when I teach, I always wear shirt and tie. So she would tell me every time he's bored, he puts a tie. He has a tie on there that he had. He puts his shirt and tie and pretends to be you. I was like, are you serious? Wow. Yeah, and so that just kind of gives a perspective of how male figures could make a difference in a lot of students that don't have the father at home. For a student that's maybe asking about why is it important to become a teacher, I would say it's very rewarding, and I would say maybe you can only change, maybe if you don't change everyone, if you only change one person, it would be amazing. I was like, and I would give the example. I had an educator, an administrator, where Mr. Culberson, where if I was the only one he changed to, that would be a good success because he gave me an opportunity. Nobody else believed in me. Everybody stereotyped me a certain way. They had me labeled a certain way, and he's the one that went out of his way to vouch for me. To say, hey, keep this kid around. He's smart, he has great grades, it's just the crowd he's hangs around with. But if it wasn't his voice that did that for me, who knows what I would have ended up at. Now I'm able to do the same. And so I could tell him, maybe you're in a situation where your experience can help, even if you help that one person. I was like, look at what Mr. Corson did. I'm pretty sure he helped a lot more, but if he was to just help me, look what he's doing now. Even though he only helped one person, if it was just me, I'm helping several kids now. a lot of people that I can change. So it's like a domino effect. If you change one or two people, those one or two people can change another five or 10, and those five or 10 can change. And that's how we start changing things. But we need to step it up and be able to offer that, and it's rewarding, and I would give an example. Have you ever taught somebody how to do something? How does it feel when you teach them? Now, can you imagine teaching them something for them to, for their career and their future to be better? And it's something like that. I would probably start a conversation with them.